when I was standing to gain or lose and so ewo na say what ya ade a PURC ade a odin krata ba bonten be ka say enkania bo no ye pejam sanso na enso esusu bo no ye pejam say na ensem no esitie ewo honmo ye behwe na yati afri eye TUC Trade Union Congress for abufu aba enam so ema wo mo eche say ewo say ye suspended tariff increment no sanso na minority in parliament enso so kasafa ye tariff increment na mo che say we de enye say de ba beboa ama enema akonkan e de ama eye timamufo nemom no eye punishment aban epese wode ma eye timamufo enti efri eye the 1st of January eko 2026 no eye ade a onkan ya bo no eko enim be say 9.something%. Sanso ena eye ade a ensu no so eye be say 15% enso ewo ho ye behwe na yetimi ahwe hwan ena egeni hwan na elusu. How is it important to the economy of Ghana? You ever heard yet made in Komo and so also and my country say parliament and so now you could in Komo say and I know because there was chaos on the floor of parliament abrana proceedings koso they can Tuesday no December 9 2025 for any idea sad no koso after some members of minority caucus idea omo free baby omo about the center of the chamber na one more empese eye proceedings ebekoso na bibisa no ede ne koka bibi ma minority in parliament free baby omu free no emase towards the chamber and as the center of the chamber na niema womo ye no womo eye before sasa controversy be ba na say confrontation be ba no ede de see majority leader eye Mahama Ayarega ade a what dismiss the call by the minority chief whip and Komobia would for the Pandai constituency seat, and ababe the litigation between the NPP and the NDC. And never heard be a da, Emrana saying is it here, and Penifua, many baby didn't come more, the NPP as usual, the NDC as usual. So the man representing the NPP, Honorable Andrews Bediakon, or a former municipal chief executive, Emma Jamai South. And then wababa na yeni na din komo, a member of the communications team of the NPP. Yeni na din komo fiase sanso and a member of the NDC communication team in the Ashanti region. Ora Akuwa Dennis Akuwa yebedin komo. But a bit of what happened our parliament ungu say na yebo near koso parliament na minority for ashe tuntum enso ewo honmo. Na before say sabasa ebesi no na the leader of a government business, the leader in parliament, Mahama Ayarega, Wakika and Sembia were described the minorities continuous orchestrated protest and no more yaho, say 77 previous our more insisted say idea. Nikwa say Yakase, member of parliament or Pandai, Ura Martin Yundam, and you can see the crime man by a Meshebejum no or represented the people of a year. Pandai constituency because Ebekaya somewhere a year November move on idea the High Court in Tamale idea what a pronouncement be by ruling be by what you say openina yato abe say one year Meshebejani Emma a Pandai for no 77 previous ye if you could so one self say one member of parliament sans NDC for petitioner what they call court ebuama almost say yankoto abafofro enso so ewo ho na ade a wo ba parliament no NDC amanyoko no ewo parliament no wo madwen say on be stop no nemom no speaker of parliament in nasi form emba wo kire almost say emra no enye sa na te enti antimi antentam until say opinion no file appeal enso so ewo ho ma one mo kire say ade a enche bia na clerk of parliament so de nkrata ekoma electoral commission say electoral commission ye the court to see any say court see any within 30 days there and then 7 days grace period now we can asem no I love say enti hweso na koye elections no and so no na kofa sa wentwe and so ebaya the Boko member of parliament accused the minority of deliberately derailing the proceedings in parliament so masheda and our mama parliament adwumadi no and so enkoso na ebehwe na yetimi edin komo na mum no Frank no don pra won so the chief whip Emma the minority side no say won so ompene Emma or counter no Emma ya de eno na nam so Emma dede enso so about but before of all these no ya de parliament etimi na adwuma said ye fata enso so ewo ho nti ne ye behwe ne yedi ho nkomo enso so na ye ba de minu mienu ya de a eka ya brabo eka ye kanko enso ewo ho no mo aban kire se ya de a the next year 1st January 2026 on kan ya bo no ekosoro unsuo no ekosoro but bisa won say enkania de sese de yenya to be honest with you enkania yenya but nsuo no yenya as I speak to you today nsuo etwa but ye can tell say the next year January 2026 ye kotu nsuo mu obeka ya enche bia ena aban ba ye no waka say otu nsuo bom otu nsuo bo otu electricity mu sanse ye benya sika na yetimi amankania no agina so sanse dollar no ade eba fom a eboa ema yenkania bo no so ba fom ene ye bisa se dollar na ye ka ho asem se yade a ye de boa ma enkania no ne bo na ba fom na yenya nkania no so no dollar no wo fom ana se eni fom nkania no ekosoro ana se enkosoro ene ye behwe ne ye ginchiremu ene ti na TUC for chere se yade a saa de we ya na aban eye PRC for de aba no 15.92% ema eye nsuo na 9.86% ema eye electricity no aban entwensan enya saa mugamu pa ana bekoso enso ewo ho ora Dennis Akowa ewo ha sei na yebedi enkomo na utie eye PRC a asema mo kan according to PRC no was say tariff decision ya mo edi aba ensuo bo a ekosoro enkane bo a ekosoro ni na no ade a be se bosume ni akire ni bosume bebre ena won aseme ene eye wona wasefata won wo mudi nkomo eye yi won be kan wo mo ene wo mudi nkomo wase regional eye forums ahodo ene wo mo ye na se mo ye regional forums ahodo a adenti na TUC a wo ye part of the stakeholders no ene wo mo etia adenti na Ghana for ene ye tia ye kyerese yade a enema enshada enkoye with regards to the incrementer eye ade a aban ede abebeto eye Ghana for eso no amanfo bi kura kyerese yade a 9% ye adwumafo akatua bia ye tumu no na ya de aban pese wasan agi free ensa enti sa de aban fa na de ewo ho no ma enkoso ewo ho enti ebehwe views ahodo a amanfo enso so edeba well according to a PRC for no electricity tariffs no for all customer category obia betua bi eno na ekosoro by 9.8% na wo mo chese ya de a ne enti a wo mo ye sa de we nyina no ade a womo ehwese sa adjustment be reflected the investment a womo ehia for power of power utilities ahodo na afi so omo expect so major generation inputs ahodo na afi so the microeconomic indicators be say inflation the forex ne home economy ni na ka to say ni na perform but why are we still paying more of electricity tariffs and no your question Ghana for enso so ebisa na the other one no Ghana for so bisa say ye parliamentarians na ya somo so mo nkom rehye bedwa mo kwahye mra ema ye yedie nkonkan no aso sa adwuma no na wo mo ye anase omo ko se won mo fu ene sebe mpreduasa de huhia na wo mo kwakoye wo parliament wana ene ye se yembie yeni ne yense kire yese ne yenka no kre enkyere ye members of parliament no se ne wo mo ye no enye saa na ye soma wo mo se won mo nkoye emfambo Ghana fo etinde tenase Natcho Hobra wa fidie no Royal Television and awhwe ye live on Facebook RtvGhana ko hono na like page no na share the content of the page for our messages bra ye be kan say say enso so e dia ma TikTok so we are also live over there and also so no betimi akoho na watimi ene ya edin komo eno e Royal TV Ghana Dennis akwaba
ya minia
bibia wako dia
nyame adom nkwane ahoden wo ho ye hia na ache kakra
say no why busy go wo aban aba
wo ma na ye ti abom kakra
waban aba
mani ade ma menchia woni wo producers
na Ghana design
oh Ghana de sene na wa kasa wo kana na wo kana sisi ya na wo enumerate
say because Ghana ye
positive gains no what you say inflation ba form we
yeah and ba form but am for si bottom
no e adanse prefer say Ghana koyi kaka said in but speaker
enya mo na mo say inflation ya no
Yeah, the
bank Dennis last year
no, we didn't see that. That's last year inflation now and but because it was around 23%.
But even when it was 54% and came down to 24% or 23%, now a buying no in fact they've done well.
No, speaker. One cause I want to be my father, dear, and could do 54. Now I want to so 23. Now say more and some amount. Say na the over 20. The year drama the first 10 years no dija no na nke no year worse than the ubeja and there. That would have been different. But here's the case with inflation now. Over 20. What the cost could do 54. And after the no year one cause we incompetence the man here. They do 54. And after the also ultimately about 23. In the no man 21 for one. And said the 1 year share na and see the mechanism.
But at a point somewhere 2018, 19, now inflation was firm to get into a single digit. You told the people of Ghana.
No, we have never been against inflation. That's man. MPP for now, we see project almost project here accommodate. Oh yeah, we almost see school that here. We see hospital, school that hospital here. And so when I was on my mind, we be edited some by a computer.
To say Ghana koye.
Oh, speaker. Kaka Ghana koye. But speaker, remember what I said this. But I'm a chairman. The Ashanti regional chairman.
No hoye, no kwesi no hoye.
Oh, ne hoye papa.
Kata say me friend na wo mfa.
Chairman, remember na man. Chairman na kwesi.
Na enye ono nko a.
Chairman.
Kata chairman say da bi wo di aba. Kata chairman say me friend na wo mfa. Kata Hussein say one day me friend kra wo mfa.
Meka kire.
Hussein die kra na e me ya.
Meka kire no.
No wasa ka kire ba chamfo.
Ba chomat meka kire. Mama me nchia chairman.
Omutie.
Chairman you tie e show no say question tie program utie. Mama me nchia chairman na kwesi. Speaker, when you say na anu ya na minya akunya ene papa ni di nkita no one on one say dey me no
na kwesi
because mostly also your committee bi na say not so na senior chairman na kwesi di ahobrase ni obu ene tema eye adwuma ma NDC wa Ashanti region no I was say ye bona baso while you say appointment na send be by there are people they feel say bia omonsan kan de omo penti no e na omo ra na so chairman ti no wotimi call various places ni obi akodi nkomo ma bibia da din a ono akasa da so support party for it is a hwe adwumade a wabɔ the days from opposition and the yaba power still na ahobrase ene oguo ne tema wo ma party for na me de minim se oye bibi na chema wonim se enya NDC for nkwa no bo minia there are a lot of people omo nye politics and as omo nye party for bi mo ye MPP for a okɔ no na chema school fees ni ade a he is even able to pay for them. There are a lot of people and ano a ye ni di nkomo se akɔwa hwe course dodo a wonya na enye easy over there 400 now so dodo na or try so be the answer
party man
no enye party for general people within this community and all that and my member na baso na men kan kire NDC Ashanti region for say senior yera chairman na kwesi abon ho modern no da chi bia no me de mi hu ne say so opportunity say obesa ba biem kro say nyina eti bi botwi
what start your campaign man chairman
just about say adwuma panto aso de ye me hu ne say se ne wosi bo adwuma no ye say the why bi da wo ho a I was saying to me the man that was no in a Juma Papa. The chairman baby I will be a who are Dennis Mechiao. Now Islane, Islam Quatentin BBI the amount. Na menchia no ya bass no redeem.
Also
or Hopper
or can also
or cry woman or Bakaka. Na menchia the Ashanti regional minister. And they
is it yes. Uncle TV so Uncle radio so
yeah, sometimes offer the phone need now na say and they also a crowd to me call YouTube and other platforms like Kaka. Menchia honorable
Abbas na
aye honorable Jerry James Council Abbas lawyer Abbas no do
also your friend na sir tiano waka me say obi obodi dey friend na for bia na waka che
no bother man ma menchia me boss honorable Jerry James na menchia lawyer Beatrice and few
okay
staffer me ma me no so bon ho
model we che NDC fo ina Ghana te say ba ko pam bisa we odi aye NDC
nchia no dey also mentai nchia anti to da so wo chia no wa chia man penifo na we say ni omo ye ma party for ne Ghana for no mani ye dey eso na ye ma Ghana issue no so
ne say Ghana te say wo say ye dey na ma ye
dey nti ameka say Ghana ye sisi a ne say ene onam kroma na Ghana for dodo na ani age obi esre obi anya rehye musa ampa kandi fofofo bi aba ototo ne ema yi a o man ne be koyi speaker so okay a na anu a finance minister call parliament okokai the budget no and say yakoma bonse ne kire omanfo no nsmp ya mete na memu dodo na mani aye the age speaker no kasa about your debt to GDP na no ye kaya enche bia na ye ka no akoye ade de leli bia na yentimi nye de entua and then me no case speaker debt to GDP na about 61% no according to finance minister about 45%. What I say and then me no case so offer bibi to say exchange rate now no it was up the roof say we obi a okra niema we obi a we dwadi na so kwa kofa niema anhwa na business cry dey now see you John ma me boka so obeboa na stabilize city no me no case city na nya hoden ma ama niema bo dodo na dey aba from speakers onima na no eye gutafo any AGI for omo ne a parliamentary committee of trade any adi bi nkomo onim say items dodo a we have seen reduction of the prices. It's about 4,500 items, according to Guta. It is a washa. Near Madonna, there was a video I mean, no ready. Also, on the put it, say, Wabrema Hammer. No, so Wabrema Hammer.
Content creators, you know, Diagro.
Don't see, I'm not making but when you listen, no, I've not even seen any NDC.
But you know all NDC guys.
Majority of the social media people now, they are known, they follow until we know them. But this is a different person. I'm not sure he's in the political speech. And now, we are complaining. Say, Mahama put this. I'm say, na Mahama, the Mahama from my son family na mintia. Or say, more no kokoto no 150 Ghana. Now no koso kwa koto biema say you say about 70 cedis, 5 kg. Inti no no put the one name. Say Mahama the den no person or Jew we are say. Wrong. Me cry na me say it will be a negative news, but it shows clearly from the Ghanaian people say prices has been reducing because and now me far and more now to me tobi na e bona ba for ma won so betimi ano ama oyire na ma monye bia ye edi owura bia no so so kwakoto iron rods a owura no so na okase na anu ya na o tobi about 9,700 na osu and the speaker me no okase the last time I be say me nim say e won asa akoso pa but it was around 6,800 what I say inti se wo hwe sa niema sonkun ya ban yi ba okase ye nuano mo be so mo call level 100 university obo obetu adodo na fees me no ka say mu dodo be 150,000 we tia fees na amomo still e bi mu de e wo ha ye de e mo aban ba o ka say ministers dodo a na e wo yera president Akufo-Addo ho the bloated size of government are you ya we were spending so much money on them no he will not do that speaker from president Akufo-Addo by the first 10 years no about 124 ministers yera His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bai. Wachere se enye nipadodo no na debate me bi ebu o man because with about 60 ministers, both deputies and ministers and kasam. We are delivering a Ghana for seeing the real impact of the economy.
Okay.
What I say.
Very well.
The American team for say munina mukojo munina motone ma munim se your mind is equal. Say bia bibi kakra bi atochema. Ubetime nya gidi e wo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say or fix all the problems.
Okay. Very well. So amidst all these things are all cancer about from the Hong Kong. Abai catcher say the next year January 1st, no. Akuwa.
Yes.
Yankani abono air costro. Yensu so air costro. If everything is all right, why do you have to go by this? And Kania abono ba be costro. Ensu bo ebe costro na yenyano. Ba be costro.
Speaker.
And can he also be costly? And is it robbing Peter to pay Paul? Because the minority has stated, say, this is not relieving people, but it's a punishment to customers and Ghanaian people. In Tibeya, are buying and suspending. TUC, Ubo Mudino. They are also saying, say, Aban should suspend.
Thank you.
A lot of CSOs, Ekasa Atiasa. But Aban and cash, it is still going to work.
Sure.
More buoyant and more higher.
Yeah, minimum say NDC abaya a joint member for now. Yeah, the idea be no say idea it will put the Ghanaian people in hot waters or margin be share. Omuntimi enko mo benkuma na omunifa enya de be ye. Na ofa eye ECG na electricity nsensem na ene nsuo nsem a ye kan ya. So what's the Ghana hanen? Ye wade bia be mfie miensa ne mfie no muntem na yade etaye de ye it mean increase electricity tariffs any issue so the be the friend capital expenditure projects near ma sonko investment in sectors no so the be betimi anya anyina maka kania no sonko na You have say power plants. And then near ma a bit me aboa ma yetimi enya nkane ejina so. What you say? Ofa nsuo no so aye won near ma ahodo a you need those capital expenditure projects and that's a long-term projects now. We a bit me aboa ma nsuo ani ada ho project na won kane so inam kane na ejina so bra me net me provide nkane amagana for ho atom. So the be omunwuma be koyi no. E ade ayeye. Eju kaya afi 2022. Ye nuanom MPP4 matwam a ene womo esubo bena womo ye press conference aban timu adi speaker womo so
increase but
I'm saying
TUC for esu
I'm not saying so womo nko
but so to obi a wo su bia
no I'm saying say ye nuanom MPP4 I made specific reference to them.
But why you say ye nuanom MPP4 whilst you know say even TUC was not in agreement or is not in agreement with the government?
It's not like nobody can disagree with this what you say but Union MPP4 so what's the idea upon every good thing that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Baya or Ghana for are seeing the rippling effects. They are not happy. Senior. And who's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama COVID levy. When you say the MPP4 COVID levy in your man on the buy. Now some person because they settings. America see betray e-levy. Speaker, almost now parliament commands on almost settings. Ye e-levy figure on so normal. Omo anya bibi papa bi anya de anka fa ho se wo hwe dollar eba from seed na nya ahoden a omo say e na makosisa dollars a feeling na mo de ba meanwhile the rippling effect on Ghanaian businesses it is helping people to be able to do their business. They will not talk about that. So what I want to say is that it is true that your proposal that this is the implement that we want to do, but Madika can say in fear me and some in fear no team capital expenditure project. It is possible say you better to Kenya ebu manasi you better yen subu. It is one study in 2022 speaker 2022 why one na wa be say yen no MPP4 say what kind of publication do have from my joy online or say electricity water tariffs increased by 27.15%. Into electricity on Kenya omu 27.15%. And that issues almost 21.55% respectively. That was in September 2022. What I say? It is all share. So
you are now justifying say
I want to make a point say so person we capital expenditure projects na Kenya the energy sector. What I say? Person providing Kenya ejina soma omanfo no hotom. Person issue so anything down because even with water purification, there are a lot of investment that goes into it. A bit me man issue any other that. It's in the way a idea about the aba ye a 3 to 5 year increment. We know from a few for besim no equity 2030.
Yeah.
Etc. So that is what they have to explain for people to know. And I know that in as much as
couldn't it have come down? A bit is 15.980.
Speaker,
couldn't it have come down to be a best single digit?
It is a legitimate point to make. What I see, because Osha will be there to 27. That's all the other two about 9.86. You can see that there is there is a big difference with regards to increments. But Obia or why Jimmy Senko say about to me emaneba from Fedam. It is not wrong. And I know, say President Mahama, and for their listening government, as far as TUC and other people can, maybe they can go back to the negotiation table and see how best they can reduce it.
It has been 2-3 days now. TUC for Babington, if government will come from Abba, because TUC describes Sadu as a disrespectful and unjustified.
No. I know the ancestor. What I see. So what I want to say is the increment at this point, it is necessary because speaker for be months in Kenya ejina so na speaker meboa in Kenya ejina so na no na me kai pa na Facebook what tag energy minister na Kenya no ye duna no waso ne kon no amia ne kakra se me Kenya na du ama no akasa kwa sometimes I see him responding
yeah,
and that is proactiveness. I was very happy say as a minister for him to even come to the comment section of Facebook. I no akasa be chirim say e be fix na mpa speaker me hu ze be months ye wo kwa be kusi say won kan ya kwa ye dum what you say. So this clearly shows say dia etuo bi e betua na say sika bi e betua na say if there is any increment the NDC government is abanya we will do it in a way it will be beneficial to the Ghanaian people. It is a which you know that the results will be positive. What I say. And even beyond that, so far the current economic, conditions of the Ghanaian people now, it is better as compared to the previous years now. MPP are buying to electricity in Ghanaian by 27%, just for 3 to 5 year increments now. Over the capital expenditure project said the year now. Because then speaker me no can say inflation. A single digits. What you say? Say nipa no crazy kakra no kwa koto adia. E bono en cost through bebre. Medical catch was even near my consume.
That even means it was a enkania bono a buffer.
And I'm saying say
so if inflation boy
I'm listening.
It has to reflect
speaker asema PRC for the company for the buy now. A canon yamano, not a capital expenditure project. It takes a lot of money. What you see. So maybe for the increment and the percentage, that is the best for the time being.
Yes.
It makes sense. So people can say the yentis, which is a valid point.
But what here TUC for more grievances no? The NTO say disrespectful and dissatisfied, unjustifiable.
Yeah.
And it's a TUC anyone more engaging. Okay. Me share me intro now. Me see TUC. Say why some months of a year effective engagement with stakeholders.
I've heard that. Yeah.
On the line, no. What was the and the TUC chain because stakeholder engagement now see according to TUC.
But I'm saying
why do you have to come out prematurely and announce tariff increments?
TUC is a good stakeholder. Abayem bi aba on near the engage. But everyone says say bi a wa mo bi abaye adwuma bi ama na was servicing the debtor. Merely because nipa na train no doesn't mean say can also and that also awonye dey. Untu speak about so what them.
But say engagement so, you don't come out with a price increment.
Stakeholder engagement. It is possible that TUC might depart, but I'm not sure they are the only organized group. Maybe a PURC for near Bemu Penny for a day. Yeah, they have a point to be dissatisfied with. Niema Bakumino and Asamias. But me didn't say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Abaya is a listening government.
Okay.
And I believe that we are Ghana for be complaining say maybe it is too much and so emra from Kakram because in for the past months in Kanyane issue kakra all as a result of quarterly adjustment of electricity in sense agreement MPP for the IMF focus sign Abasu. So it makes sense say obi beka say emra from Kakra. What I say. And I'm hoping that negotiation for a cost. What I say, but even if there is no negotiation, the Ghanaian people can trust say here are John Mahama increments here ye money capital expenditure projects or person in obey ama it will beneficial me in ho ato.
Thank you.
Say your car so ba inflation beba form obema kan ye gina so ene nyina niema bo eba form medical catch about 4,500 items have seen significant reduction.
Okay, Akuwa. Akuwa Dennis Akuwa a member of the NDC communication team was Santimantumasi. Na Honorable Andrews Bediako, former MC Ma Jamai South Susaba, a member of the campaign team of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia in the Bono region. I think we are one of the coordinators.
No, I'm a campaign team member.
Bono region campaign team member and a member of the communications team of the MPP. Akwaba. Na constituency is the same. Is it? Kato say mejo omoso. Na say ni yetete nsem bia na enchara.
But I think say
bibia da
yete ho ase a resolve problems, challenges that one bia that we been me fa question na ma pelitu na nanom say say na no me ba ho a me ne omu nyina akasa e obia ma na koma brafo.
Good.
Na issues about the same traditional council no enye two fashions.
A different council neighbor
ma resolution ya na enye this mentem ho asem na banti e be sere nana drobo man hema nana drobo man hene ene abusuanfo e ka nana jase hene mu abakoma hene mu ene mpanfo e ka ho nyina se obi ama na koma mrafom.
Okay.
If you say enema betimi atoto yi
very well
yakoye nim
very well
say drobo dey is a peaceful place
very well. Now Ghana dey say
Ghana the tie ne say a promise you resetting until we were thinking say you reset the o man betimi asisa manema akwarenim reset na agenda ba kwa na da so pa na flagship 24-hour economy. One job. Three shifts. The friend 133. Na the Ebema Ghana, I said the you who is here and say, just say, you know, this phone between me at Chilepa, or Modim said the Ghana not here, especially regional chairman or Ashanti region. Now, who said now, we lead and then they say, ne party for no, and Mabuno in your Jumano being yet. Until I'm more the pressure to so. I'm a campaign cross to me, John Mahaman, I had the amano. Until I don't know Ghana, no, I come out, until so be just a Ghana at the
Ghana NDC phone.
Oh, you know, say Jumane or Hono, or Munye Binya, Yemi. Oh, okay. If you say, Oko Regional Coordinating Council, the promise, and they say, Omo no pa 8, no, 2 abu, so mopon. Now you been so about 2 o'clock, no mapo, be say 10. No, Regional Coordinating Council, Juma. Sano, men person be so much a year, Jumana, until Jumane be or who be uncle. And this for no Munye Jumano. Omunko all the district assemblies across the country. 133 no year Juma Omunko per Jumano Binye. Now the irony of situation is minim say minu say omofa nadmo for no omofa no bidia. Nipa omo employ mo omo sha say na omo recruit nadmo staff. Omo create directors, deputy directors ne dey ka ho special yi hwan mo e na yasesa omo de omo agu assembly.
E no say wo hoda da na.
E wo hefa. Deputy director say okọ assembly na omo yesen na wo yakofa special operations the one na dey abeka ho me catch them say the mo ye no munya financial clearance. Why do you recruit people with that financial clearance? And omo say so omo gum na me who say no omo anka say tie mu say 11 months in omo start adwuma ye mo bia 1 city across the country nti ere ne Ghana no ayo ho sisi ya no
directors no
nti omo not most staff na ya form one this year by form so omo wum dada dey omo da pay rules because omo nya financial clearance ye fa omo na omo ba no ya omo nya financial clearance ye form no 11 months dey obi nya katua.
But Andy, on the contrary, Ghana for no market almost in the man boy for
a bit is the
fuel boy
ma menye public announcement here and say ya call Ghana say message say o mine aban no any rules minister and for money share Accra Kumasi road especially free Konongo eko dwaso na eko after nkoko bypass no from koko eko hanku cylinder door menua a death trap say wodante so anadwo na se wukura car na obo portal no bi ma
abetima
papai na de na yenim say every 6 months bia na yitumi e patch portals no do kwan na nye de be na omutumi patch portals no e makas no etumi di akone aba almost 12 months in aban we buy no nothing has been done on that road enti e terrible.
Okay.
Na me de ya hwe hu ni say ye ministers no na president ni nko for nyina no obun na wiem
fasoro
nti e say traffic si wiem ho na mo be fa fom ana say create portal no bi wo soro ho na mo be fa fo na mo hu ye na ye nam fo no bra ebre.
Okay.
De ka ho biem ye sunyan Kumasi sunyan road e free Tabre eko Mankran
so very very bad.
I'm telling you that place you know is nka what chair was for 15 minutes.
Yeah, very bad.
So you can spend 1.5 hours.
Yes.
Now no dey kwaro last week they see you know nipa na bebre ko for offense so offense so exactly and say bia wo fa offense so e be pie ayi adujama
yeah adujama na
yes.
Yeah,
and the very terrible abana yes abana no ho no or the contract my free Mankran so ko bechem uduru so a first class road asphalt a first class road.
But that kind of honorable say that because you were in power for 8 years.
What happened? You were in power. That's why we are in opposition.
Okay.
We couldn't do it.
Yes.
And I Ghana for trouble. Into your mom promising reset. So you were in power and the Yana percent crowd. Into your best rabbi say, obviously, I don't know more resolve.
Okay. Younger electricity tariff increment, water increment, no. TUC are very, very angry. Almost as say idea, it is a sign of disrespect and unjustified, and a idea abide and suspended. Minority in Parliament MPP most so much as say idea. And idea Ghana for it's a sign of failure on the part of the leadership.
When you met that was chair jam myself to follow. The theory say, me my dream bibia enema ejina so a ye de to electricity no one exchange rate and two inflation. Currently inflation is around 6%. Dollar to cedi rate no above for mama Oko Bank of Ghana and na asana ko be say 12%, 12 cedis. But a buyer by 10. To say president ni determine baby a dollar no gina.
President.
Oh yeah. Oka say a year between 10 and 12 no. The following week in about 10.
But because
the artificial creation and normal creating. That's why it is not reflecting on the ground.
It's not reflecting.
A reflecting and consume one a reflective first thing. And electricity. Into reflection in any day.
Is that petrol prices buffer?
Inflation na you determine inflation no ewo form. Exchange rate na you determine ewo form.
And also you dey koto fuel. And also fuel
also wo form.
Yes.
Into then na sisi ya no electricity na water na akosoro. It is NBC voodoo analysis en kwa na betumi ameyate ase.
Is it because moment me anya nti?
There chese yantumi me making nsem bi ha. No okase ye to electricity 12%, 27%.
Yeah, 27%.
I agree.
2022.
That time na ye to electricity 27%. Ye increase salary by saying. Would him say you increase salary? O can
salary increment
almost 30%. Enti wona wo see inflation aba from dollar aba from minimum say ebe ba bi president kasa na agina ba bi agina. Enti sa we two indicators na ye de to sa na mara nya ni nyina wo from. Enti justification say what electricity me na dey. Aban we buy electricity no what to first or to move second quarter, third quarter. And what side we aba there was this year and say sa 9.7% you mo buy say me ka say 2030
9.87
it is not
86,
true.
Yeah.
It is not true. This
and
is
you no cross 9.86
no cross 9.86%. But what happens is every quarter increase no
so it is not say a better house
whoever tells you that no or deceive you. First quarter 2026, another electricity price, Beba. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. Second quarter, Beba. Third quarter, Beba. Fourth quarter, Beba. And this will be catch us we need for the next 4 years, 5 years. It is never true. That is not how it is worked out. So 27% now, yeah, 2 more, and then what do you do? What happens is now Okasa for infrastructure within the sector. Many are doing. And we need basically for the infrastructure. The entire first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, no. Into way ensi wa ebi beba bi. Into obi am embrace the whole say.
Or since our adjustment according to the PRC, no, based on projected production and sales volumes, non-revenue water levels, make a ensure the expected capital investment requirements. Exactly. Any prevailing macroeconomic conditions.
Prevailing macroeconomic conditions in a favorable.
So it means that if it were under a year the NPP, water and electricity would have gone higher. Because inflation was high, forex so now I was slow. Na emma prices here is more than that. It be at times 3 of and then 9.86 and times 3 of 15 point something.
Assumptions. So would him say 2023 there no see no koya ko be 15 point something percent. Ebra na free power no na above 14 point something. So see no appreciation no it was coming down. It was coming down.
So from 2023 was coming down.
Yes.
So and 2025 no. And can who feel say and kebedru hefa.
Projections na e wo ho no say sa inflation rate here wo ho NCD appreciation na wo ho na ye come say IMF projected all these things in 2024.
2024.
Go and check IMF and Bank of Ghana. They projected all these things in 2024.
So 2024 you were in
projecting in 2024. So you do 2025. This is what we are going to experience, and we are in 2025. Until 2024, if you look at the trajectory, all these things were also coming down.
So you mean to say, any of the doings of the NDC in Nama,
baby, Abbas is here. I mean, to me, can't say it's not the doing. Everybody knows that they are pumping dollars into the system. 10 billion within the year. $10 billion within the year. And the economy. And
our economy now, I come.
And I'm a city, no, a can be. But where did they get those monies from? it is from the gold purchase. Gold purchase was introduced by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And the condition
under PMMC.
Yes,
but it was different. The mode of
the gold board during the PMMC
was different.
The only thing is that we have changed the laws. They all have the same tenor. No, we are too good. And I'm a PMMC for no too good. No, Mutoba, MP, no, power now, Bawumia, they are doing by no. Not since independence. Now, you gold and never Bank of Ghana was 8 tons. When Bawumia introduced this within 2 years, no, Ekoyako 30 tons. That shows the thinking of somebody. If you say, "Oh, say, man, I over here on my way." And what is happening now? They say, and now say, "Yet to me, any gold no be a yet a cushion you see no." Say the gold no, a man on any a we don't use those things. Say, "Sandy, Bank of Ghana," then we pump it into the system.
All about that time, I'm told gold no. I say, "Mosha say torn one more time." Under PMMC.
Yes.
Why didn't you pump it into the system?
I am conditionality. When we say your body reserves are money be drew a babe 3 point something import cover. And IMF can say
3.6.
Yes, yem pushy, yem fa yem baki say dollar no economy no. So what the MPP government did under Bawumia says sanity yem fa gold no enkushin the city. You say you be kwa koto ne de bia ye pe dollar ye kwa koto yi ane ye fa gold no emfanya sa adwuma.
And at the end of the day, what
so we were building it to a level when you do that level no you cannot pump the dollar into the system before we get the power.
Level
they came to meet what IMF conditionality was about.
So that better look at so man yeshe
minka so munye he say e bia nka omunye side ade we ya say yen ne wo a isi ese nka nurse fo nya adwuma nye teacher fo nya adwuma nye na yentumi create jobs emma microphone yi no enka ye mfa 10 billion nyina nko share economy say ye artificial control of the city. Part of it will go there na stabilize it no so that you can create job for the youth for amon adwuma ye enka nurse fo ye omusu sisi ye betumi employ omo nurse fo ye omusu ni teacher fo omusu say ade we e hyase John Mahama 1 administration when e hyase. But you and I'm for the animal called the financial clearance by. Until there was a backlog 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Nurses were not recruited. So when MPP came to power in 2017, NHS says they recruit to backlog now. Until yes, I'll come back to 2013 for a form. Then you come to the 2014. The 2015, 2016, and that's what backlog. So
it means that from governments there has been backlogs. So you cannot only say 2012.
No.
Starting from 2013.
For 4 good years, nurses and teachers were not recruited. It happened under John Mahama. Because Memeko College, not your school, our school, no, we post in Kraba school once in our school. Nurses automatic recruitment. Okay. School now sponsor of Krano. You school now offer on them and car agent why do hospital. So all these things happened under John Mahama 1. 2013, 2014. So you move on. And no, I say about Musisi. Until electricity and water na make am say. Until onim say e ba be to aba. The NDC for my attention say under the 24-hour economy ni kura no. Omo a ombe create omo adwuma omo den sa adwuma omo ye adwuma anadwo no ye beti electricity no so amom. Okay.
Yeah.
I see don't get yase back on okay. Also the fundless the mechanics mo be ye adwuma anadwo ye beti timo iso ni amamotare foforo ni ate timo to the electricity so na motumi ye adwuma.
That is under the 24-hour economy.
And here we okay. They have 4 years. 1 year is gone.
But extra years.
Many mu gina e radio so ade make catch omo say afu we ko na wie na wa wu nya adwuma no bi nye no for say guti na sha ase.
So Abano should use 1 year to create jobs for everybody.
Ensuo beto ahifra no pa. All the indicators na wo ho na the prevailing conditions that we nyina say this government cannot create jobs for the youth. They were deceived. The youth were deceived to believe and say obo be create adwuma 133 obi kwa anopa obi be kwa awia na obi kwa anwumre. Where is it?
Okay, very well.
Even the one
we say
yes. So one your friends say 24-hour economy no. What they are telling us the coordinator catch and say they will need $4 billion to implement it. What the 10 billion akwa akose CD ejina na nan so. 4 billion of that could have created jobs under the 24-hour economy.
But the 4 billion, 4 billion, yes, instantly we should use 4 billion. But because I buy no 4-year mandate.
Oh, meaning first year, no, or the sign go first year. 2026 budget, we know, or the 100 million call, where a payment of salary for Nipa no not to create jobs.
Okay, honorable Andrews, but
the Americans say, Mabrune say, a buy no, or Modu the same one, or Mokoto Abetia, one district, one factory. Agenda 111 and air Koswa, Nanka Sabri nurses in class, places, Yabano will be able to make Juma more than 300 health professionals who made Juma, a Bawi Abandane, Oba first year. Second year, also a 10. Then do you know what he criteria of medical sanity? The Omo 99% no. How no more acquire you until more the say 50%, 40%, forget it. Okay, otherwise deceive no. And this will be just a Ghana to say tariff we are buy it was unnecessary. A deception because I will promise it 24-hour economy say oh be my tariffs are work from near to me a create jobs. I mean, Jumaye, 3 shifts, Okanopa, no Aqua, maybe Aquanajo, and a Mabun Tia no Mokoto Abamomo, and ne. Okay, and then you record the other issues now yet in come back. I say Hyper Plus, probably plasma, so you know, a bit me aboama boost immune system, no. I'm one now, so 18 a year, Jumaye, and Bibia, so it's my kind. Then it's wrap up now, you call the other issue, no. Any rebuttals be a horma. Speaker, I mean, I say. Obobo Tinkobi.
Me, honorable, I can't say Bibi because for his level and experience in politics, you don't expect sense in do her. I bet not for the case is Wasa. Now I say, yeah, pompe dollars in the economy now, and on ama sidino, and ya.
I say artificial.
Artificial, Ben money artificial. Speaker, we have to commend you, Dr. Kisina, to force many the BOG governor say. Yet me anya sa dollars no yet me podia stabilize your currency no our bra your debt stock na encourse speaker okaya for the past years you know MPP4 so make me stabilize the currency now they had to go to the capital markets and I say IMF no more bosia in a period of about 8 years no, they borrowed about $13 billion. Hey, so $13 billion now Homogeno, they can for out of capital, market one of Aquagia, a June pay be near Qualom first canema. Was the city able to stabilize? Because okay, city a Jaimo in 2017. Our mother choir could do 17 now. Says Carbosia Moboini now, no meant me and find stabilize this CBD. Benny at me $10 billion, not your debt stock, no. It is still coming down because now finance minister called parliament. No, I said debt to GDP moving from 61% to about 45%. So it means clearly there we are putting in place homegrown policies that it is bringing in these dollars. And I speak a meboa. More na dollar this a mokobobosia. Mokobobosia no sumpa intimi stabilize at one of the determinants according to Dr. Baumia say economy be ye exchange rate was say. Yeah, the exchange rate in my speaker mutimi na. In 8 years in Kofo you may na ye the egui. And the era John Mama buy or cash of stabilize currency. No. On him say because of the homegrown policies a Diego claim no. NASA project is a best stabilizing between 10 to 11 and NASA 10 to 12. NASA 8 years what is wrong with it? It means say when we went to the drawing table no ye nimyeka and ye boss we are not just projecting what you people were saying what I see we know the outcome of the Diego claim there. And you know the bottom line is that what the Ghanaian people want, they say currency a stabilizer, better. Say you call etimi car, better because man, what were you doing with all those monies that you were borrowing? That means that you were squandering it. Because the biggest determinant will be born home. You say what the car uchia. But you were not able to service your debt. Pension ya for now more musu ya na people more refi more record. Now we are about 11 months. And now my young pension full soon ya. Now we the move. Speaker, I say yato nurse for Saram, yeah, say fat nurse for and our NDC job backlog. I may be about job backlog. I don't know backlog come here the Muja 1 year the one can. Speaker, I say over 13,000 newly recruited nurses to be paid from November. Now you are health minister. That means about now you about 13,000 nurses are there. Yeah, for my baby to your mocha. Until this shows clearly say, and yes, I told my Sarah. Say backlog
mobile number 4
according to the health minister, that is what he's saying.
It is never true.
If that is what he's saying. So what I'm saying
is what I'm
saying is
but he is the minister, so he one in Katagitano.
Mobile. There were so many challenges that the Ghanaian people faced that, and then they are seeing a different aspect of it. Speaker, electricity in Sema, okay, is or more time, or more increase salaries hugely into 27%. No, now and shada any issue be. And speaker, as at the time of more increase salary, businesses honorable with them 1 second. Salary more increasing by how many percentage in 2022? Okay. And at that time, inflation was up the roof. No? As at that time, inflation was about 54%. It is ever said we inflation about 54%. That's all public servant salary mukra about 30%. 1 year she still net said the idea of my day. As for Mokon, but here is the case that you're a John Mama. Obey, you know, when say electricity in some quarterly adjustments, the IMF for MPP for signing that agreement. It is different from a year. A capital expenditure project then you can see the energy sector, because mostly we do it 3 to 5 years, and I've enumerated the points. Under you people, you increase electricity by 27%. That was your tenure in 2022. Until now, by now also only 3 more, then about increasing about 9.86%.
Okay,
very well. So what the point I want to make is say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I believe that if the Ghanaian people are not happy with the increment, it is possible that I believe that Ometia go back to the negotiation table to make things better. But the last people are, you have to create a facade impression. I'm not Ghana and I'm not just NDC Timor. They should be you in the NPP.
Thank you very much.
Because we saw the catastrophic, economy under you are a more man for fair.
Thank you. Honorable, Kakribina Yemfa, Parliament.
Debt stock. From Bank of Ghana. MPP are buying in 8 years. At the 22 billion and a kind of desktop.
22 billion?
Yes, $22 billion.
Sir,
I'm not talking about CDs.
$22 billion.
You can go.
Okay, what I see here, during the 8-year period from 2017 to 2024, the Honorable government's public debt jumped from roughly 120 billion to about 700.
We do with our desktop.
Who told you that?
We do with our desktop.
Exactly.
But I'm saying
domestic
13 billion.
742 billion, which is an increase of roughly 622 billion, about $100 billion at the exchange rate used in the report. Another set of figures shows that the debt rising from 142.5 billion in 2017 to 737.2 billion in 2024. That is an additional 595 billion. So a year 37 in US dollar terms, the government borrowed roughly 37 billion over 7 years according to other estimates.
Which report is that?
Because
I said the time now
this is Ghana Web.
Time now near free power not the Ghana the whole from Kwame Nkrumah time up to a time near free. Not the desktop in dollars no cry. It was not even up to 50 billion.
But then in cities it was somewhere around 700 billion.
I agree with you. Even currently there have been challenges because a bra.
But do you agree, sir, somewhere around 37 billion when it comes to dollars in dollar terms?
John Mahama in 4 years in dollar terms borrowed more than MPP in 8 years. It's a fact. But what they do is that they convert our time
borrowed how much in 2016?
23 billion.
Okay.
Dollars. But what they do is that obuka create here no more in cedis. Because by time no cedi no dollar no baby, you make us a city na what they were for.
If near $23 billion,
yes,
now more than 37 at the end of also.
It is never $237 billion.
Sir.
Yes, I'm telling you. Go to Bank of Ghana.
Okay, let me go to Bank of Ghana.
So what they do clandestinely, now market create the co-cities. No more say, oh, say cities MPP are banned the borrow yeni. But I am fair no control. Currently. The debt now, you are not paying debt because of the bond.
Okay.
You are not paying. That's why the government
are not paying debt.
Which debt are they paying?
Kessel Bab, a parliament, no, just say, Omotia, service debts.
Debt there. Domestic bond. Yeah, no, and Kofosika or Monsacano. People talk to say, and Yadi or Monsac, Abino, yes, head card, not just or Monsanco Musica. No. But Yesika, your neck bilateral. Am I mind? Exactly. Negotiations in a year, answer if you are buying. Enti Yakano Crano, or more than $8 billion every year. Enti and no one Yesika says you can say what the Quabonte dollars and I say, what's the now the Quabonte no good to Yasakanino. And because of the negotiations and the domestic bond, now a year where you are not paying those things. That's why the government has had to space over to me expenditure. Enti make us say, Yemi and Twin Piaka, ye can't a car as well, my we are. And this year buying from a Muka Mojano or Mawim, associating MPP are buying 8 years. It's a fact. In the men, a friend said, American wants them. Meanwhile, yes, I can say, a banner the awards is here and say, contractors are not being paid. Are you aware? None of the sort to say contractors no more team. Yeah. The government is not paying them.
I know minister so with you, Omoka.
Obetu Omoka, or shall say, can so be to Omoka. A lot of debt here was a Timotria, a monk for any be a Juma, Mencofonia Sika. So called a KJT. What is a man almost say Omontohe? Almost Omontohe. She is you, dear no moto, Omotode, or Cassie and Tory, and just say and to be. But I know I say, Omotoma, and to almost Omokota market toward the whole day, Omunia Bibian Kofi. Or market was a Kobisa man of war. And to the trust no painting picture as say everything is rosy.
On city. Over 5 billion Ghana cedis paid to contractors after audit validation. That is according to Road Minister.
Will be paid or have been paid? Paid to them when?
Paid to them. When? That is a year Abuja. After a year, Afenyo Marking demands some payments. On City FM, was it the member of parliament for the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Governs Abuja, has revealed that an audit of contractor payments helped the government avert significant financial losses. His comment comes in response to concerns raised by the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry over delays in releasing funds for the payment of outstanding interim payment certificates, that is IPCs. Now, the chamber had warned, in a letter dated September 29, 2025, and addressed to the Roads and Highways Minister, the chamber expressed deep concerns over what it described as the government's failure to honor President John Dramani Mahama assurance that all outstanding payments will be cleared by the end of July 2025. Maybe the group said, speaking in an interview on the City Breakfast Show on Tuesday, October 14th, Mr. Agboja said the ministry took time to carefully scrutinize and validate all certificates submitted by contractors during the transition period to ensure accuracy and accountability. I want to he disclosed that about 5 billion Ghana cedis had since been paid.
Since been paid. What was the total amount
to contractors following the completion of the audit and validation exercise? As of Friday, October 10th, the finance minister started paying 5 billion owed to contractors out of the 21 billion.
The same minister, the budget will read 2025. They told us a road sector are buying more than 60 billion.
No, now just 60 billion.
As well as
68 billion. No,
governance
you
is
had it wrong. You said
governance is not no. Governance is wrong. When you are owing people more than 60 billion, you pay 5 billion. What's what you are contracted?
21 billion or 60 billion.
Then the minister was wrong. The minister was wrong. No, remember?
According to City FM News, Kwame Agboja, as of Friday, October 10th, the finance minister started paying 5 billion owed to contractors.
Yes.
Out of over 21 billion, the process was the payment request made not to be as it is. Okay, so it could be more than that, but if you are near all the time,
these are part of the data. Or call 2025, eco ready budget, no, or catch and say, there's a road sector, road contractors, and more than 60 billion. And he said, and or catch and say, sanitary, then you should go and take away that to 60 something billion for the 21 billion that he told us. We understand it. enti what we as a travel wouldn't say I didn't tell a contractor for so say just last week I listened to them.
Okay,
I listened to them
very well.
Enti mesre say o man na ye chichire aban bia ni ho a obeba obeka say there was a clean sheet and I will be sure it will never happen. That's why we are saying governance is a continuous. Enti what bad that's why we took our the same thing we came to meet debt. We inherited debt from you.
Very well.
Enti ye ho adwuma. Enti say what better car ese utumitua na adwuma eba o man
no. You inherit liabilities and assets. Okay.
That is it. That is what we call governance.
Okay.
Enti mesre say
see from that you call the other one you
o man na chire no ye meka ye ne say na menu e ka say electricity o mutu ni de say wo hwe MPP abaya for 3 good years electricity cry adu yen ye t electricity so by 17 and 27%. Yen ye bisanse 2013 to 2016 dey no ye even dum so na mo do beso a o ma we ma nyuma gu ye.
Okay, very well.
Early days yet early days yet the year can say promises ya ban of the man Ghana for so between they should implement the 24-hour economy for the youth to get job.
Okay, so you first of all, so I just want him to start.
Important issues behind.
Yeah, more time now. So I will start with him on this issue.
Let's say back and forth.
Yeah, so we have a very little time now at the point. Tuesday, there was some chaos, of course, for Ghana's parliament. During proceedings on Tuesday, after members of parliament make a minority caucus, the center of the chamber. Na side disturbance, a flare up, some heated exchanges over declaration of Pandai parliamentary seats. We don't have time, but if we have time, we will go into that. But honorable, ABC, the parliamentarians doesn't speak well of parliamentarians because this is what you do our parliament. In fact, a big cry here to blow and so our hormone. And you're very worrying.
A part of
parliamentary democracy, yes,
yeah.
To the optics.
Yeah, was it the first time?
No.
What happened in 2024? Those who are condemning it today, did they condemn it?
Majority for
yes.
They didn't because
those Ghanaians are more condemn Ghana for any NDC for more condemn the see na enroya na nanui. They see na some George lead singing band. Parliament.
No match pass.
No more match pass ya. JHS for and I say primary school for or march war a your first park. What did they say by then?
But Ghanaians condemn them.
Which Ghanaians?
What is CSOs now no more condemn them?
Or government WhatsApp platforms nana.
Ebi akọ platform no so
na won te government WhatsApp platform no ene kan kan on crofo no bi wo so omo no munya 78 million no bi nti wudi wa hwe na ye fon to won sa ekombede wa che menua ade bi e besi a me I don't condone kwa ye be fa so a ye be ma ye democracy ye wo sisi ye affiliate I don't condone it. I'm always for said democracy because me nim say democracy enye kra no eye say military government. Na the mass hardly we see parliament ya ka ho asemi na de ne kofa bae ni nyina is about sa pandai elections here omuko ya omupese omu chimchim MPP nsa na omoje seat no free MPP for nsem na omode ma NDC for because they have state institutions supporting them. Menia o se ye nemre nka be church
ye nemre
ye ko elections parliamentary elections ye emra na de ye adwuma ye wie na me say political party bia or waiting a short na uko elections within 3 hours untumi collect your results so ankasa we results wa na we serious political party and some people who accused by me say no conceding
early no
the data that we had from polling station to constituency level to the national level no shows that we have lost the elections. I
agree.
So what do you accuse by me? Me bra me free ye baby a quality your results so make collation center na me say ya wen ni myself I knew but before elections no dey and say me tete nsem bia na nkofo bi so collation center how dey besinti me so grounds. I was in charge of security. Enti the make crowd my party for more years on elections next year the ACC next say we a parliamentary candidate now when you prepared to say we be meeting NDC boot for boot a polling state a coalition center men ko fa form say we parliamentary candidate. I'm telling you these people nipa na ye no mu di agro unni mo na some of us we have been there for long so we understand them.
High courts are declare say yen ko ye rerun.
What can high court judgment be? What can be?
Say was it yen
what can be?
Dabi.
Nipa na court no reliefs ben okosiki.
Okay.
Was it 41 polling stations and of irregularities ko. Here were 52 police 152 polling stations. Now Supreme Court ruling now the maye atubuwa come say justice the people government the maye 2013 Supreme Court ruling almost say elections are won at the police station.
And Kabibia Anka that 41 cost
because the Supreme Court ruling no minority judges no can say baby are not issues we na nka yem twani nyinam ne enkoto aba no fofo the majority decision no me makoto ma aba say electoral officer bi anya na dwuma yi a eno nche say affect me. Supreme Court is higher than say High Court. But that is you may disagree, but that is the ruling of the High Court. Yes. So in the first place, the judge got it wrong. Be as it may. I'm not a lawyer. So he got it wrong. They say Magana 40 as a judge no do no. What team rano. What inti so what the say. Na yenim de ekoso wo man clandestinely they want to take over all the institutions. That's what they are doing. From the judiciary to the legislature to the executive. And now they have it. My
disagreement in this no a clerk no approach.
Yes.
Because Article 1125
yes.
Yeah, exhausted. So why do you have to write
exactly
to the electoral?
Yes, or more are taking over all the institutions. Yes, because what happened is your presidency Dan Abu Dhabi, the late, now a member of parliament. Yeah, I buy almost sentencing 10 good years at the prison. The legislature then never declared his seat as vacant. Because now appeal.
Yeah.
Appeal no I buy man presidential pardon. He came back and sat in parliament as a member of parliament.
Because of the appeal.
Second day,
Adamu second day, the same thing.
So the same thing, or go through the system, or file motion when you are filing, tell say Supreme Court to my ruling say, High Court, Appeals Court to my ruling say, or your Ghana, into court of so to declare the city. So just question DAC now the same thing. So that article 99 what has changed? Exhausted. Exactly. What has changed? This shows you the mindset of the NDC.
Okay.
And it's a way a party ni MPP ni. And now person call parliamentary elections, 2028 elections. Now when you are going say, who the both votes who buy any coalition center who buy men for forms. Don't go there.
Very well.
Maybe at the American channel say because Nkofona no more adwuma no. Or my dream be as a computer or my way or may say state capture. That's what they want to do. But we are telling them Ghana, MPP, UP tradition. What is a crack?
UP they say Alan dia.
Oh, my man and baby, me person the Alan say baba. Ube to me aye nyemba nyina but you cannot collapse the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
You cannot. Now your party if we wouldn't say you talk about 2016 we no. Now be so John Mahama NDC this 40 years 50 years as no more power. After 8 years I did not in power.
Yeah.
Or more multi social media MPP 100 years 20 years no. They should watch.
But why additive na minority I said that more no 10 bid. I then almost John Mahama.
Now want to say near my omo ye.
Say aso for na ka.
The omo na aso for your omo kai. Ufi say abronye di kan same way so aso for pani bi wo man mu a waboabo aso for bi ano say omo nye saade no. Omo need nothing. Omo need nothing.
You believe that?
Na nye na ba so yi. Say nipa na omo kan ho say nye na omo
John Mahama say ono won petete.
Na wo John Mahama kan say wo ginidi.
Okay.
There na wo kan say wo ginidi.
There is a cool way is there.
Mechanic say before some about we don't say initially no say you entire contractors can am I will try say will correct the reason why some of the contractors or payment they delay they say okay now Rose minister call parliament he was making a statement. He said there was an Indian contractor near Manajuma so nya waji about $1 million. That be about $30 million. Now where this kind of juma no 1 year. So what the finance minister together with the roads minister did, they say we called to audit everyone. Into also why a juma na buying in
better say why
found crata abra.
Some of one yen to your
shame no. Finance minister
2017 the same audit happened.
13 billion.
About 10 billion was cancelled.
And 13 billion Ghana cedis now cancelled between. So far, what's the so far have paid about 12 billion. Into the claim said, yeah, Dr. Kisilato Forcing is not paying contractors. No, cannot be true. And you're not said he has not been paying contractors. There's a more for a dream crime, so I'm going to discard show. And yeah, the year chill muscle. But we are providing the books and why they were here. Was it Yamia providing books? Now, I be 13 billion, 12 billion. Now you are almost done. Okay, then it's out of when now. This is also so. Wait, this was in November. Now we are November. This was in 14th November 2025. Now on this City News for the income. Okay, this is also October 14th. 68 billion. Okay, what you say?
So the 60 something billion, I can say. So
68 billion. You dream now na ekosu.
So it wasn't exactly 68 billion.
What's it?
Oh, person just said,
I'm saying
the 68 billion.
The debt was actually 68 billion.
So give no way.
But I'm saying is that offer Indian contractor here, I'm a site here.
So I did 68. How did it become 68 again? Because so what we say management. That is why I'm saying say initially that was the one that we were giving say economy. Yes.
It's in your case here or the tenor. And economy is saying for that one I cannot tell say whether it is at this amount and also that amount. But I'm saying is there. The Minister can be 68 billion. And at the first year, you cannot use 1 year to service all the debt.
That one is true.
So, our project is over to your 13
billion. Parliament is
and we're to 12 billion. But now,
okay,
Yoko Parliament. Next time, Mr. Menko Kasa will be
Yoko Parliament.
Member Parliament, the so long. We are not MPP for. Now, AI too much. Now, Unima, Manu meet in penny form. High Court has my yeki. The issue now can say, oh, according to court in the ruling, and they say, you are now or in charge of elections, no coalition sector, the EC official. The ruling or the buy, what you say, the other party was not involved, which is the NDC candidate. What you say, if say he was not involved, that means that something was done clandestinely. The NTRC. If say court
appeal.
Yeah, yes, exactly. According to ruling now, a court na the buy. One of the reasons on one side saying is a year or MPP
Martin Yindam.
And Rami declared as well in the some things were obfuscated. Anna NDC candidates no on ya away, he was not even there. If so fast happens now,
no, the whole the whole thing is a per the sea and I run elections. As a second candidate now. Ojina hono bibi a ye coalition no ye man ye no the CI29 ena ono say ebra NDC tax
NDC tax.
Oh, it is a video. Don't you have the video? Don't you have the video?
Don't say that one.
When you put the video no a producer what say donation no e no move the court tamale but ono say all court tamale no one more man e ono no say ojina petem na say ntrofo nyina
now for who declare elections are. When have you seen that we are declaring election?
No. It's not about declaration, but we are the
candidate must be there.
The candidate was not there.
Thank you.
So if the candidate is not there, then that means now also now Clark Nassam so one
because Article 112 no mandate say sad declaration about you should write to the Electoral Commission. But Article 99, I don't know, Article 99, it places the determination of membership in the court. No? Was Article 99(1) states that the High Court has exclusive jurisdiction to determine whether an MP was validly elected or announcing his seat. Okay.
Yeah, that is
okay.
The 99E.
Okay,
yeah, a person has been validly elected as a member of parliament, or this the seat of a member has become vacant.
So the clerk cannot treat a seat as vacant until the body constitutionally empowered to decide. No? That is the High Court, no? Has made that determination.
Speaker,
because after that, no, Martin Yindam Echo Appeals Court.
Yes.
So the case has not been adjudicated yet. Inti Nipano, what does your MP until the Appeals Court,
exactly.
The High Court
no, and just had it here. Merely because you are filing for something doesn't mean the court ruling now is not superior. That is what you have to understand, Speaker. Because there has actually been a ruling by the High Court. It supersedes any other thing that you do. Have you been saying the court no? And a court Emma ruling say, Brabe, and I say, hey, this ruling is out until it stops. It does not stop you from.
But the law says until say Article 99. Article 99, you exhausted, you complete.
Speaker.
And Sunny Becca say, seat way, you declare vacant.
Uti da assembly by na High Court eba be board parliament amam. Emra na yera nyindam or sorry say ko ba be kasa. Ena o kasa na yera de fiama ko be ka say oni akonya go say also why he participates in the parliamentary business. Unfortunately, your time now so. Obey awon the one stand. And speaker say yenja no onye the onye na 7 days. It's the 7 days has been exhausted.
Which is constitutionally mandated 7 days.
So there has not been any court order which shows that you can still continue. That means that the ruling from the High Court, no, it still stands superior. It's the clerk, no, why the Juma year. Let me make my point. So clerk, no, why the Juma year. So why the Juma?
Which one? Article there.
Clerk, no. So why the Juma na say? Why the Juma? Almost no. What constitution? So
1992, a person agreed by the determination of the High Court, and that this article may appeal to.
You can appeal.
On this note, no.
Speaker, you appeal, no, doesn't mean the court ruling now cannot stand in good faith. And as your appeals stand superior than the ruling that the High Court has provided.
Because it has not been exhausted. Sir, you know, you've not finished.
The whole article has not been exhausted.
There's no vacancy.
Oh, the entire yes.
Yenko friends HEPA plus or na yemra. Yenko HEPA plus na yemra.
Yeah, minia.
And HEPA plus Thursday.
Yes.
And I don't say no bad. I'm for fre.
Yes.
Omo mo to asitu chu omo no omo fre. Omo so sebi previous and yema ye mra ma omo no. And omo a omo ntimi emfa ade ntwu
mu bia. Say the juma no dey out.
Na ya ye na.
Na we flow tech na ebe.
Okay.
Na otumu say adanse no eba